stream as Elena, and I'm the artist of Sister Claire. And tonight I will be your host in drawing some amethysts. I'm joined tonight by...
The one, the only, the incredible, the indelible Ash Barnes. I write the missing moments, and I help Elena write the comic. We're also joined tonight by...
Sarah, here to supervise.
Sarah's still working on her intro.
Yeah.
And the diligent directorate consisting of Daring David.
Oh my god.
I love it. I love it. Sarah, at least David tried.
David, the diligent, the directive.
The debutante, David.
Yeah, okay, see?
I'm not trying to tell anyone I have a good intro
The
yet.
person, the individual, the corporation, the settler.
Let's see.
I like this very star
This is-
round hair.
I thought you were going to say, I like this pose. It's so plain.
No, I just like
It's
the
like,
hair texture.
Yeah, I do like it too.
I like that better than the very pointy hair.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like this pose here too.
That's a good one.
There's a lot of interesting poses of amethyst with or with. I want to do something
Look
kind of
up
dynamic.
just regular poses with it.
Amethyst.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be careful.
Yeah, see, this is like a safer work one.
I see. Turn on Google Safe Search.
Filter explicit results. Okay.
I
Even
promise.
then, I'm not sure I really want to look this
Yeah, I
up.
think it's risky times.
What is the... Oh, this is from that episode where she, like, messes up her proportions. I was like, what kind of weird fan art? They gave her long socks. Is this, like, a kinkle of somebody's? Okay.
So, how's everybody doing tonight?
Wow, what a show-accurate avatar of him.
Ooh. Laura asked if smoky quartz counts within an amethyst theme.
I would say yes, but I'm actually doing these drawings as commissions that have already been specified to me, so unfortunately I don't have a ton of leeway for requests tonight or suggestions, but I would really like to draw smoky quartz sometime.
I thought it was an interesting idea.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a really good smoky quartz cosplay at, was it Katsucon?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Near Jenny Breeden's table.
Mm-hmm. Jenny Breeden.
Jim Breeden.
Shout out to Jenny Breeden.
We all care about
My
you, Jenny.
favorite webcomic artist to hang out with and have dinner with and talk about Portland with.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie asks, how are we?
I'm thirsty, but that's going to be fixed as soon as my tea is not too hot to drink.
I'm doing okay. Happy to see you. David is immersed, and Sarah...
I think David's working on like a D&D
Yeah, you're converting your character, right,
Oh.
David?
Yeah,
Feel free to focus
I
on that.
neglected that.
I'm doing good. I just got 2 tiny baby pet rats a couple of days ago, so it's pretty much all I can think about.
I can attest to this fact. Sarah's mind is consumed by rats.
Yes.
Which, you know, out of context sounds terrible.
Oh gosh.
In actual reality is just fine.
Yeah, they're very cute.
Kalandra says, did the commissioner give you any other directives besides draw Amethyst?
Yeah, it's actually going to be a couple of drawings that involve Amethyst. So the first one is just going to be Amethyst herself, and I had suggested like the whip idea, and the commissioner liked this, so it's going to be Amethyst with her whip. The second one was going to be one with Amethyst and Steven, and I had thought about Smoky Quartz, but I think the commissioner really wanted specifically Amethyst and Steven, so I'm going to do Purple Puma and Tiger Millionaire. Mm-hmm. The other thought that we'd had was them eating the bits, and I had thought about, what about if they were fending off seagulls from the bits? And then I started to get like upset thinking about real life experiences I've had involving seagulls and chips, and I was like, let's not. How about Tiger Millionaire and Purple Puma? I hope I'm not like copying a design or a pose that's been done by her in promo art before. I'm just trying to do something
It looks good.
new. Thank you. Hope I'm keeping her proportions pretty intact. I think I sometimes tend to draw her a little taller than she's supposed to be because I'm so unused to drawing her very squat proportions. But I'll keep squatting her up. There's an easy way to fix that in Photoshop.
There you go.
The sound effect is important. There we go.
Do you need a tissue?
No, I'm good. I could do this all night.
Kalandra said, well, Peridot's proportions keep changing in the show, too.
That's true.
You know,
I'm worried about Peridot.
Elena and I were talking today about people criticizing like the proportions and stuff in the show. And while I do definitely think it's a valid observation that sometimes, characters aren't on model, Steven Universe is such a good show. And while it is not without its flaws, that people pick that thing to get all up in arms about. How did you phrase it, Elena? It was good.
How did I phrase it?
She said essentially that, picking that to focus on of all the problems is kind of silly.
It kind of, the show does have things that you can critique about it that I think are really valid critiques that maybe the creators could be maybe made more aware of or try to work on because, nothing is perfect. I would say the same of, Sister Claire or something. But when you're critiquing something like, well, I was saying that it's like apples and oranges because people are treating it kind of like it's a Disney movie or a Miyazaki movie where the proportions of the characters are a lot more important, I think, to that kind of animation aesthetic. Whereas Steven Universe, it's like a Saturday morning cartoon style kind of thing where sometimes it's meant to be sort of goofy. It's not meant to be realistic proportions at all. So why would you nitpick that?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it feels like people are just really looking for things to be upset about. I totally put her bangs on the wrong side of her face. Hey, I know another easy way to fix that. Watch this.
Wow.
Whoa, dodge that bullet.
Nice. Good save.
I'm a comic genius. Hi everybody. Oh my god, I waited way too long to drink this. My tea is so bitter. Is there a way to stir this? Did you get a little stick to stir? A stir stick? They might be right behind you, David. Oh no, they're not anymore. Oh yeah. Thank you. Is there also another cup or something I could put this tea bag in so it stops turning my water into extra bitter leaf water? Thank you.
Just drinking with the bag.
Well, you know what?
Hardcore.
We don't all like to drink super dark, bittery, tannin-laden tea.
Tannin-laden. Lord Jesus.
Pregnant with tannin.
Oh. Nice.
I kind of want to draw her looking like that mad, determined look, but I also kind of like the idea of making her look just like, yay, I'm posing with my whip!
You can make her look mischievous.
Yeah.
It's a mix between angry and happy, face-wise.
The DreamWorks eyebrows, except she's only got one eye showing, so I don't know how I'm going to do that. Wait, in her new outfit? This is her new outfit. Does she have... She's more symmetrical in her new outfit, isn't she? No, she's still like this. She's still got just one eye showing. The outfit itself is more symmetrical, though.
I'm not going home tomorrow after all.
Oh.
My mom told me not to.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm not complaining. More Yamanesh time. Yamanesh. That sounds like succotash. It sounds like some kind of weird southern food that I haven't tasted yet.
Succotash is good. You'd probably like it.
What is it? Is it like a stew or?
No, it's just a medley of vegetables.
It's
Literally-
usually corn and lima beans.
And tomatoes.
And then other
Oh,
things.
that sounds good. You know what southern thing I really want to have soon? I want to have fried green tomatoes.
I was just telling you about those. I really like them, Ash.
We were having that tomatillo. We went to Moe's the other day. We were having that tomatillo salsa, and I was like, I want salsa just like this, but not spicy. And then I was like, I want to have fried green tomatoes because maybe it'll be like this, but not really.
Seffi's here. Hi,
Yay.
Seffi.
Hello.
Seffi thought succotash was a squash.
Well, you know, I don't blame you. It sounds like something getting squashed. Literally, the only association I have with succotash is Sylvester the cat saying, "Oh wait, no, it's Daffy Duck, right? Succotash."
No, it's
Or is
Sylvester.
it Sylvester?
It's Sylvester.
Yeah,
Well,
they have the same voice.
they both say that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Daffy Duck says that?
Yeah. He said that before.
Oh.
I think it's because the same voice actor voiced them, so he just gave them the same catchphrases. I think it's more of a Sylvester cat thing, though.
Probably.
He says
I've
it
heard
more
him say it, yeah. It's been a while since I drew Amethyst, so I'm kind of like getting back in the groove of drawing her. Her nose gives me trouble sometimes. How's that? That's in this dynamic.
Yeah.
Should I make her fist a little bigger? Bigger, better.
You can't run from me, Steven. We both have short legs.
Oh, Proxy. Proxy said, I always thought he said suffering sassafras. No, but you know who does say sassafras? I was just telling Sarah and Ellen about this yesterday. Every time I see the word sassafras, I think of a Goofy movie when they're taking the picture at the possum park and Goofy goes, sassafras! I can't not hear that in my head.
You know what I just thought of when you said that, Ash? I thought of the compliment Sarah tried to pay you.
No, don't. Please don't.
Oh. You have to now. We're getting a call. Who could it be? Let me accept. Hello. Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, is this the one, Elena, Ash, and Sarah?
Yeah, it
Around
is.
And David.
looking for some cool rats.
Wow. I'm shocked. We only
What a
have
turnaround.
Can I tell you something? Yesterday, Sarah was saying that she wanted to make a t-shirt for when we meet you that says, Michaela Dietz hates my rats.
Oh my god, I'm on board with that.
I'll make
I
bumper
would
stickers.
even send you a card that says conga rats.
Oh my
A bunch
gosh.
of rats in a conga line.
I love it.
It'd be like that. So are you guys live drawing or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're drawing right now. I'm working.
I wish I could see it.
I know. I wish you could too. Oh wait, I could turn on the video and then you can see it. People don't believe that it's you, guys. It's really her. Yeah, it's her. They're like, wow, she sounds like Amethyst.
I wonder why.
Oh yeah, what are there good comments or what?
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna turn on the video here so people can see you.
I'm in like a random retail nook because I'm like walking right now, and if I were homeless, I definitely would sleep in this nook. But the audio quality, not the best.
Okay, hang on. Can you see? Oh wait, I haven't turned my video on. Hang on.
Yeah, I
hang on.
can't see your video.
Okay, let me. Can you see?
Now I can.
Can you?
Is that David?
Can you see the
Who's
picture
that?
that I'm drawing?
Who's that man?
my brother.
Right? Is his name David?
Yeah, his name is David. Sorry, this is what I was trying to show you the picture, but this is my brother David.
That's what I was doing. I'm like, is that David? And then it was silent. And I'm like, who's that man? It's David. Okay. David, I've seen you before when I was Skyping with Elena earlier. I saw you slumbering. You didn't make your face.
Oh my gosh.
That was so funny. I thought you were talking about the picture I drew, and you're like, who's that man? I was like, that's Amethyst. Come on. But yeah, people are happy to see
so
you.
Fun. Will you, can I switch out of video because I can't hear you as well?
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Okay,
fine.
because I want to be able to hear you guys.
Okay. And I'll go back to doing some drawing.
Okay.
Okay.
How do I get out of this?
You're out. I don't see your video anymore.
Is that okay? Now I can hear you better.
That's
Okay. Awesome.
Wait. Are there any good questions?
Yeah. I'll tell you if there are any
Answer some
questions.
questions?
Yeah. I'll say, anyone have any questions for Michaela while
You
she's
spelled her name
here? Oh no. By the way, am I saying your name right? I always assume that it's said the same way my German friend Michaela is called, but I don't.
It's Michaela, yeah. But
Mi-
you know what? You can say my name.
Okay. So it's Michaela like with a K,
Yeah, but it's spelled like,
with the
Well,
H.
yeah, it's Michaela. But some people call me Michaela, or Michaela,
Uh-huh.
but it's Michaela or Michaela. It's like, it's all the same.
Uh-huh.
There's
Yeah.
questions.
Oh, there's some
Um,
questions for you. Do you want to read them, Ash?
Yeah.
Say them over here so she can hear.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Ooh, okay. This is a good one because I have many. My favorite colors, I think, to look at are probably yellow and turquoise. But in terms of my wardrobe, I would say I wear a lot of black, a lot of earth tones, white, grays, or neutrals,
Uh-huh.
with then just a pop of color. But now it's so weird. Since Steven Universe, I've really been getting into purple, and I'm not just saying that, but I legitimately now love purple.
That's great.
So, yeah.
I can't really imagine, being in character as Amethyst so often as you have to be and not having, developing some fondness for
Yeah.
purple.
True fact, I wore a very, very light purple corduroys to my callback audition for Amethyst.
Oh.
Wow.
And they're like the color of Amethyst hair almost.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I think they brought me a little bit of luck. Because I
I'm
don't know if
taking
you've
notes.
heard, but I booked the job. I got the job.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Whoa.
Chicago Rats, yeah.
When do you start?
Do I what?
She said, when do you start?
Wait, I can't hear it. Do I start?
Sarah was asking as a joke, when do you start?
Oh, when do I start? Yeah, to be determined.
So here's another question.
Okay.
Let's.
It's like you're at a comic panel right now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah. And there's like a line of people at waiting impatiently at the microphone in the craziest cosplay. Yeah, I can picture it.
We're
Okay.
just going to assume that everybody who's in this chat right now is wearing amazing cosplay, just for the sake of, imagination.
I'm hoping. Yeah. Here's to hoping. Yeah.
If they're not wearing cosplay, they're at least wearing purple and neutrals.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite scene to do?
Ooh, favorite scene to do ever.
She might not be able to answer that.
There have
Yeah.
been a lot of scenes. I could say some of the more emotionally hard ones, like going back to the kindergarten,
Mhm.
or in the one on the run,
Mhm.
or I could say the one right before Steven and Amethyst form like smoky quartz.
Yeah.
But in truth, some of my most favorite scenes to do, actually the one from Watermelon Island, that was really fun because there were so many people involved. And I don't know, the scenes are more fun when you have more people to like interact with, and you know, we keep each other laughing, and it's really fun to play off of. I would say in general, the two people who I love when Amethyst has scenes with are Kimberly Brooks, because she's amazing, and Jamie the Mailman. I love anytime Amethyst gets to talk to Jamie the Mailman. I'm like, yes.
Awesome.
Because he's hot. Him, right?
Wait.
Jamie the hot mailman.
Wait, you mean like Jamie the character is hot, or the guy who voices him is hot?
No, the character. I'm all about that character.
See,
oh yeah, Eugene's cool, but like not my. You know, he's like married. Has a baby.
the safe answer.
Like, you know,
the safe answer to that would have been both.
The character is a hottie back.
Gotta keep it office professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I have a question, when you guys do the voice acting, do you usually have everybody there, like all at a round table kind of deal, where you all like?
Yeah. Generally, you know, as many as the cast members that they can get there are there. You know, Tom Sharpling is based out in New York, so he is never at the studio. So, but for the most part, you know, when I go in, I'm always recording with Zach. Sometimes Dee Dee's, you know, most of the time Dee Dee's there. Shelby will come in, Jen Paz, Estelle when she's not on the road. And then obviously all the guest stars, like Kate Flannery was in recently. She plays Sadie's
mom. Right?
Mom.
Yeah.
And also a mail woman, a mail carrier. But, yeah, I mean, they try to get as many people as possible. Sometimes, though, people have obligations or, you know, there are sometimes where the scenes are just very heavy on one character, and so it might just be me in the booth.
Yeah.
And that actually happened to me when Amethyst had to do, she was playing, so they're like Amethyst guards, which everybody's seen from the last eps. So I had to voice all of those.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of those were by myself. Like, yeah.
It's super fascinating to me to hear about working in voice acting professionally, because I think if I didn't do comic art, that's something I would have really loved to get into. I did some like really amateur voice acting in college, like for SCAD students who were doing animation, but not a lot really ever came of it.
Wait. You did some what? But nothing came of it?
I did some voice acting in college for like student films, and I've done some voices for like a My Little Pony fan game. I ended up being like the voice director for that game, and then it kind of petered out and nothing happened with that either. But I'm really interested in the the behind the scenes of voice acting.
I mean, it's so cool. So, you know, there's that documentary Behind the what is it?
We watched it, Sarah.
Yeah,
What's
we
it called?
did.
You know what? I know I've seen it, but I can't remember.
It's, a lot of the like major VO people are in it.
Yeah.
And I know that voice. That's what I know that voice. Yeah, I mean, dude, you should just make something, and then. Because I don't know, your webcomic's amazing. You could just, like, make a whole new, I mean, not like you have time, but you could very easily VO for your own projects.
Yeah, I would really love to. And actually, one of my final projects for my master's degree was originally going to be to make, like, a radio play of Sister Claire. But it turned out that it's not very easy for me to voice a lot of, like, middle-aged and senior women.
Oh, really? That's like my specialty.
Oh, okay.
I can tell.
Did you say middle-aged men?
No. Like middle-aged and senior women. A lot of the nuns are, like 50 and up.
Like,
And
so you gotta get like a little lower, or like, what? I don't know why. Whenever I age up, they always end up sounding like old ladies or men like Jewish men from like Brooklyn. I don't know how that happens, but it just does.
Yeah.
Oh wow. How's the draw going?
It's going good.
Oh, there was another question.
I wish I could send
Okay.
you a screen cap, but it's kind of hard because you're on the phone instead of my computer.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
It's
I
okay.
just like hearing about the visuals.
It's
kinda
going
fun.
pretty good. So
Okay,
I've
Ash, hit me with the next one.
Okay. What common point do you have with Amethyst?
What? I couldn't hear that.
like, what do you have in common with Amethyst?
Oh, what do I have in common? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. My voice.
Yeah.
You know, I hear that.
Yeah, do you?
I do.
Yeah.
Stunning.
And I would say we're both like kind of pranksters.
Uh-huh.
We're both like kind of guarded,
Mhm.
maybe, but like it doesn't seem like we're that guarded. Like we seem pretty chill, but like there's always stuff beneath the surface, and like I mean, I guess that's how most people are, but
You
one
wear
thing we do not have in
purple.
common is Amethyst is very messy, and I'm like borderline OCD.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, not really, but I'm very tight, very, very tidy and clean.
Mhm.
And as we know, Amethyst is not.
Yeah.
So, and I like to snack. I like chaps.
Chaps.
She likes chaps.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't love chaps?
Chaps. Yeah.
Excellent. Someone else wants to know, have you ever tried to draw?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out. Can I hear that again?
Yeah, have you ever tried to draw?
Yes. In fact, last night I was at a dinner, and the tablecloths were like this, craft paper, and they had all these crayons out, and I was drawing, and somebody said, "Hey, that's a really good drawing," and I felt great about myself because I don't think I'm a very good drawer,
Oh.
but I like to draw, but I'm just not like profesh like you guys, but I'm like, and probably all the people who are watching the live draw are probably all amazing artists. But yeah, drawing's fun. I think I'm gonna do a YouTube video soon where I draw
That would be
as
so
I'm telling
cool.
a story. I think that's what I will do soon.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, let's not build it up too much. Alrighty, I've time for one more question.
Okay.
Want to hit me if there are any?
Yeah, let's get one more question, Ash.
Okay, let's see. Who is your favorite character in Steven Universe?
You can't ask that.
Okay.
Pearl.
This is gonna, sorry to bore people, might be a long answer. Two of my favorite characters are Jamie the Mailman and Ronaldo. I find them both to be hilarious in their own ways. Gosh, I love Pearl because I love how Pearl is like, she's such a mom.
Uh-huh.
And I love seeing the contrast of like Pearl when she like starts to get a little wild, or she tries to be like hip with the kids and like say cool things. And that makes me laugh. Plus Dee Dee is incredible. This is such a cop-out answer. Sorry.
It's
There's so many.
okay.
I think Peridot is so funny, and Shelby Rivara does such an amazing job. Like, and when she records, she's very like active.
Mhm.
She's a dancer by training,
Oh, wow.
and so it is so funny. She's so physical when she voice acts, and it is just because of Shelby. I love Peridot so much, and I love seeing, because I know what went on behind the scenes, and then when I get to see the show and how it's animated, it's so funny to think about, everything that Shelby put into it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Another character who I think is my absolute favorite, though, is Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Greg is a perfect example of somebody who's just like got it all figured out. And I think a lot of people would look at him and be like, yo, why do you always have a weird farmer's tan? Why do you live in a van? Like, what, I think a lot of people would be like, yo, this guy's a loser. But he seems like a very genuinely, like, happy-go-lucky guy. And he he has so much love, obviously, for Steven, but it does feel like he legitimately loves the crystal gems. And I don't know, I think Greg is sort of inspirational. Here's a guy who, like, lost his wife, and he's, and now his son sometimes lives with, like, these other weird ladies, and he kind of makes the most of it. I mean, Greg is certainly an inspiration because life isn't perfect, and, like, if you can just accept it and make the best of it, it seems like, you'll find peace. So, I don't know. That's also, Greg is hilarious.
Something, pork chops, hot dogs.
Yeah, pork chops, hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and any bald guy who also has a long flowing mane is like okay in my book.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly.
I think my dad should take some tips from Greg. My dad looks like an Italian monk. Like, he just has this little circle of hair and a little island of shine in the middle.
Yeah. My dad has that same horseshoe balding pattern. Yeah.
But
Oh, man.
I don't want to keep you too long, but I'm really glad that you came in to say hi. I know that everybody here was really thrilled to hear you and get to ask you some questions.
Yeah, wait, can they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. You didn't realize?
Oh, I mean, I guess I realized that they could hear me. Otherwise, why am I talking? But, like, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little spacey. Well, I was going to say, tell everybody I said hi, but I'll just say it. You guys, I'm saying hi and bye. And thank you for stopping by the live draw and asking questions and supporting Yamino art. And the cool thing is I'm so excited is that Elena's going to do a couple more live draws.
Yeah.
And those dates are TBD.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, without telling them what's going to happen, wouldn't you agree, Elena, that, like, they're only going to get better and better and more fun and crazy?
This is only the beginning.
This is only the beginning. Yeah, so...
Is it okay to tell them what the drawings are for, or is that also a secret to BD?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you want to tell them?
Sure. So, as you may know, I am going to MomoCon over Memorial Day, and I was thinking it'd be really cool to be able to have original pieces of art, fan art, to have at the convention. And so, I'm collabing with Elena, and by collabing, I mean she's going to just draw some amazing stuff. And so we'll have it at MomoCon. So there'll be 3 original prints at MomoCon that will be available with my fun little John Hancock on there, and maybe a weird message from yours truly.
I'm so excited.
And then I would say, I mean, we realize that not everybody can make it to MomoCon. Not everybody lives around the Atlanta area, or, so I'm going to save some of the prints, and then I'll have giveaways. I will have a giveaway on both on Instagram and YouTube, and, I'll announce all that good stuff later, but, with details and stuff. But, yeah, there'll be opportunities to, maybe get your dirty little paws on some prints.
Yeah.
Grab your little rat fingers.
Little rat hands.
What?
You grubby little rat hands.
Yeah. You delicate, dirty rat.
Don't think about it too
And I
hard,
mean
Michaela.
that in the nicest way,
All right.
Okay.
Okay, actually, I do have to go because remember how I told you guys that if I were homeless, I would want to be in this nook
Yeah.
where this homeless guy keeps pacing back and forth with his blankets and stuff, and I think he wants this nook. So I'm
Okay.
going to leave.
Okay.
Because he should have this space.
Yeah.
It's like prime territory. It's prime.
Okay.
Okay. But thank you so much for having me, guys. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling in. I think you just made everybody's night.
Yay! It's
We-
Saturday.
We have
I'm
testimony.
gonna,
You've made everyone's
um,
month, actually. So.
And don't worry, guys, because we'll have more details about the next live draw coming at you soon.
Yeah,
So,
as soon as possible.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Alrighty. So, nice to meet you, David. Thanks, Helena.
It's good to meet you.
In full waking form.
Ash and
Who's that
Sarah,
man?
always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Enjoy the evening.
You too.
Bye,
And
Michaela.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
All right,
Have a
bye,
good
guys,
one.
and bye, internet friends. Love you in a bit.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Dirty little rat pods. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Aw, she is so great. I
She's
love
really
her.
She's so nice.
She's really, really sweet.
I'm gonna ask you later about that time I was apparently asleep.
God.
I don't think that David was sleeping there.
Were you on the couch asleep or something, David? Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
Oh, maybe when you walked into my room, she got a glimpse of
Oh,
David.
yeah, I think that might be what it was. Like, she wanted to say goodbye to Sarah, so I took the computer to Sarah's room, and I think maybe she caught a glimpse of David, like, sleeping on his bed or something, but
What did she say? Your snoozing body.
I wasn't aware that she saw you. It's really fun hearing the behind-the-scenes stories about the voice acting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had a really good answer for her favorite characters. I
Mhm.
thought that was very,
Mhm.
very thoughtful.
Elena's like, you can't ask that. Me has asked it. She's already answering it. I'm like, come on, Elena.
I'm glad.
This is sensitive. Like, she's talking about, like, her coworkers' babies, and
It's
everybody
fine.
has their, their precious characters they associate with, and I imagine even more so when you're actually voicing them.
Yeah, but I didn't think she was going to offend anybody.
Yeah. I'm sure she's only been asked this like 200 times at every
least,
convention.
yeah.
So.
Had
Oh
answers
no!
ready.
Spoilers of Sister Claire! Oh,
Put it
no.
away. Shut it down, Eleanor.
It's gone.
Conceal, don't feel.
Oh no, more spoilers. Let's see. Oh, I looked up Sister Claire instead of Steven Universe, that's why. Got Sister Claire on the brain.
That was fun.
That was so fun. I want to hang out with her in person. Maybe when we go to California someday.
I would love to see her.
Someday. She likes to do Periscope, like live videos, and I've never used Periscope or watched one, so I don't know exactly what it is, but it's kind of like a live stream where you just like talk to people, and I know she does those with a lot of the other voice actors, and maybe, this is my dream. If we go there, we can all do a Periscope with her.
Dreams.
Fantasies come true.
There can be miracles.
If you believe. She did say that she likes bubble tea. I asked her
We
today.
could drink a bubble tea with her someday.
I asked her if she likes bubble tea, and she said,
Yeah, but I'm weird though. I like it with the hot tea.
"This is
Oh,
my
no, it's
invitation."
so good.
I know
love
it
hot
is
tea,
good
too.
depending on the tea. I like ginger milk tea when it's hot with boba.
That was really exciting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You happy you finally got to talk to her, Ash?
Mm-hmm.
She asked about you the last time, and I was sad that you couldn't be there to say hi.
Yeah, Elena Skyped with her while I was at work, and I was just like, I really want to talk to her. But also, I was so shy. Like, I saw her face appear on Elena's phone screen, and I was just like, I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm not, in general, I think, a very shy person, but when it comes to meeting people I admire at all, like, Elena can attest to the fact that we tried to talk to Ellen McLean at a convention we went to once, and for those of you who don't recognize that name, she's the voice of GLaDOS from the Portal games, and, like, I like Portal peripherally. It's not like it's this pillar in my life or anything, but when there was an opportunity to meet and talk to her, I was like...
You say you liked Portal peripherally, but I remember you crying multiple times listening to Cara Mia Addio.
Okay,
in the car.
fine.
Like
that was it, yeah. Like, but then to come face to the face with the person that made the thing you liked about, insert media here, in that case, the game, like, that was twisting me up inside, and
Ash didn't even want to go up to see her. She was like, just you go. And I had to, like, drag Ash to the front of the line.
yeah.
And then I was, like, speaking Italian with Ellen McLean, and Ash was like,
yeah.
Me up inside.
Yeah, I was.
save me.
Oh god.
Yeah, I was flipping out, and she was such a nice person.
She was super sweet.
What did she call me? It was very sweet, like something. It was equivalent to Dear Heart.
Yeah, it was something in that vein.
But she was like, "You're shy, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah."
And I was, like, talking to her in Italian, gave her a drawing I had made for her, like, there at the comment. I think it really depends. Like, you and I both get shy around celebrities, Ash, but I have a really different response. Like, when I'm really nervous, I talk.
You
Like,
just pour out
I
words.
just can't stop talking, and the more nervous I am, the more I talk. And when I've met Janelle Monáe, who's, like, as you guys probably know, like, a really big idol of mine, I just couldn't shut up. And I was thinking to myself, like, stop it, be quiet, shut up. And I just couldn't. And I was really grateful when I asked her something like, I remembered hearing that they were working on a comic of the ArchAndroid, which I think has probably been shelved now because I've heard nothing about it. But at the time, I was like, so I heard you're making a comic about the ArchAndroid, and I am a comic artist, and I love the ArchAndroid, and I know, like, everything about your aesthetic and your music, and I really love it, and I would love to work on your comic. And she was like, oh, you'd have to talk to Chuck about that. And she points to Chuck Lightning, and I was like, oh, okay, thanks. And mentally, I was like, thank God she directed me away from her. I was like, I need to unplug right now. I couldn't shut off my motor mouth, even if I wanted to.
You're not just like that with celebrities. You're like that with a lot of new friends that you make too.
I think I am, yeah.
When you're excited to see a person, like whether
Yeah.
you've seen them before or not, you always get
Outpouring.
Really,
Yeah.
It's
I remember,
very sweet.
yeah, when I was still, like, when Sarah was a new friend and I was, like, really excited every time she came over, it was, like, show and tell. Every time she came to our house, I'd be like, hey, let me show you these new baby mice that I bred. Hey, let me show you this sticker that I found. Let me show you.
Yeah,
I
I
wanted to,
never-
like, show her everything in the house.
I never felt nervous coming over because I never thought like, man, I'm staying a long time. Like we're gonna run out of things to talk about because I always knew Elena would have a million things to talk about.
You always knew, Ellen, I can't stand the anxious silence, so I just pull something new out of my ass to talk about.
I don't know. What am I like around new people, Sarah?
I think you
I'm-
give off a very friendly and welcoming vibe, but it's not so like frantically friendly as Elena.
I'm, like, so friendly, like, really friendly.
When I first met
Like,
you,
friendly Zilla.
when I first met both of you, you were like telling stories to me and like bantering back and forth off of each other. But when Elena was saying, she was like racing with her mouth, and then when you were talking, you would have like these very eloquent, like really descriptive stories that you'd told before a million times, and you were really like,
And I'd be like, Sarah, let me tell you about this time I shit my pants.
you were pulling out your you were pulling out your professional tour guide, let me help you as a student and become your friend kind of voice. And this is how you make new friends. I think you really pull out a professional kind of
A
friendship.
professional vibe. Okay.
It's not even, it doesn't seem professional, but knowing you, I know that it's also your professional vibe.
It comes off kind of polished.
It's
Like,
very polished.
yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for.
I'm trying to think of. Did I come off as polished when I met you, Elena?
Well, y'all knew each other a long time before you met.
But come on, Sarah. Like, in person?
I don't know that polished is the word I would use. You were really cute and sweet, though. Like, I remember you, like, I was trying to sneak. Okay, so let's tell the story about how we first met in real life. I'll tell it from my perspective, and then you can tell it from yours.
Okay.
So when I first arrived at the airport, I knew that Ash was going to be waiting for me. And I spotted her down by the baggage claim, and I thought, aha, I'll sneak up on her, and I'll be like, surprise, it's me, and then we'll hug, and it'll be great. And I tried to, like, sneak up behind her, but then just as I got, like, within 3 feet, she looked up from her book, and she saw me. She apparently had been pretending to read the same line over and over because she was anxious.
Yeah. So, I left, like, over an hour in advance to get to the airport. That was a grand total of, like, 15 minutes from my house. And I tried to select, like, the perfect parking spot. It was ridiculous, okay? I was so freaking nervous. And, because you gotta understand, she was moving into my house.
It was like meeting your best online friend for the first time. Also, we're going to be housemates for the foreseeable future. Like,
yeah. You know, insert internal screaming. And so talk about a gigantic leap of faith. And I had all these fears that, like, what if I smell weird? What if she hates my dog? What if? Like, what if she hates it here? All these things. And so, like, I got to the airport super early, and I had brought a book that I'd read, like, 1,000 times, so I wouldn't have to pay super duper attention to it. And the closer it got to when Elena's flight was supposed to be landing, and then I knew it had landed, and she was going to be there, like, any minute. And I was just waiting, and I was trying to read the stupid book, and I kept reading the same line over and over again, and it wasn't sinking in. And then I turned my head, and she was right there.
Sneaking up on you.
And then she hugged me, and her arm, like, hit the side of my head where my hearing aid was, and my hearing aid went really loud.
This happened like several times until I learned which ear made the screaming.
Yeah. Spoiler, the only one that works. But it was, when I went to hug Elena too, like, when you have people that you, like, care about so much online, there are still things that are missing for when you meet them in person, and one of those is how much space they take up. And when I went to hug Elena, my arms, like, clapped on the sides of my shoulders because she was so small. And Elena had never been a person that I had perceived as small. So that was, like, a shock. I remember thinking, oh God, I need to feed her, like, immediately. Matt asked, hey, Elena, what's it like when fans of Sister Claire have the same reaction to meeting you that you have meeting other celebrities?
I'm just really flattered when people come to talk to me. The only time, if you're talking about, like, being super chatty, the only time that's kind of a problem is, like, if we're at a convention table and they don't leave, like, and I feel like it's not just, you know, people who have fans, but any person who tables at a convention eventually meets people who just, like, talk and talk and talk, and they block the table and they don't leave. So unless it's like that, it's not a problem. Like, especially, you know, when we do the fan meetups, that's when, you know, we're eager to meet people and talk to them and probably be there for hours. So I understand where they're coming from, too, if they're just, like, so excited they can't stop talking, because I have been there. But you need some help, Ash?
Yes, please.
Let me get that for you.
I can answer that question, too. So I think people tend to freak out a little bit more when they meet Elena. She's more recognizable than me, and, like, has more of an online presence, and that's largely because she's been, you know, an internet celebrity for a while, and also because she's a lot more active on social media. So when we go to conventions, I tend to expect to be the person who, like, you know, handles the table while Elena may take some commissions and say hi to people, but she's usually at conventions to network and see other artists and friends that she doesn't otherwise get to see. So I would just be chilling at the table like, hello. And there have been a few times when people have come up and actively started crying when I said, can I help you, to them? And like this one person once broke down into tears and was like, Ash spoke to me. And I was like, whoa, like that's never happened to me before. My voice does not usually inspire tears, as it cracks for tears. So that was very anxiety-inducing, but also flattering. To know that I can...
I think that's a good summary of that sort of situation.
When people start crying for, the fact that I exist, I'm just like, oh, that's really sweet, and stop, please. Can I get you anything? Have some of this cookie that I'm eating.
I know. Usually my response, like, that has happened to me a handful of times, too, and I always worry, like, what did I do? Like,
yeah.
And then usually I'm like, do you need a hug? And I just like crawl under sometimes they'll be like, shaking their head, yeah. And I'll like crawl under the table and give this crying stranger a hug and be like, it's okay.
I find when I run into this kind of situation, it's easiest to just have my hired bodyguard comfort them. Then they could come talk to me when they're ready.
David, how do you deal with this situation?
The man, the myth, the company, David.
I don't know. I may someday find myself in that situation, but I'm usually on the other side.
You're usually the one crying.
or I don't know. The closest I got to talking to a celebrity, I mean, apart from tonight, I think it was, I was at...
How about every day of your life when you talk to your sister?
Oh, God.
And also, there was... I was at MCM Expo in London, and I saw Hercules.
Oh yeah, the guy who played Hercules in the '90s show.
It was towards. Hold on.
Where was Lucy Lawless?
I don't know. She probably had a bigger.
She's
con,
got bigger fish to fry. She's got some lesbian con to go to.
But it was towards the end of the con, and he was sitting just totally alone, looking bored at his table, and I timidly glanced in his direction, and he briefly met my gaze, and I ran.
You're brushed with fame. Wow, when did your record drop, David?
Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, that's right. One of the first celebrities that I ever met, and I hesitate to say met because it was more like I also ran away from her, was Tara Strong, who is the voice of Bubbles the Powerpuff Girl, and also like every other female cartoon character on Cartoon Network, like especially from the 90s. She's now the voice of Twilight Sparkle. That's probably her other famous role. But we were at the airport, and I think it was the same day that we were moving to Vienna, like from California. So we were on a flight. We were in an international terminal, or we were on the way there. I remember that we were on those really long conveyor belts, conveyor belts for humans that just go straight. They don't go up or down. And I was running down them because, as a kid, it's really fun to like feel the wind in your hair. I felt like I was like running at super speed.
Yeah.
And I ran past her again. And she said in Bubbles' voice, or in like a very high-pitched voice, she was like, "The fastest runner in the world." And I was like, oh, because I was really into the Powerpuff Girls at the time, and I almost like shot a brick. And then I like ran past her again just to see if it was her, because I knew what she looked like, because I like stalked her website. And I was like, oh my God, that's Tara Strong. And then I just like ran back to my parents.
Oh my gosh. Wow. The most famous person I've met, I think, is David Hasselhoff. I told him he was really great in the SpongeBob movie.
When I was in second grade, I met Hillary Clinton.
Oh.
I went to this. I went on a field trip with my class, of course. Well, with most of my school, actually, because she was going to be speaking at some event in our state capital, and they assigned questions to certain people in certain classes, and I guess because I was particularly well behaved and less likely to like throw the microphone on the ground or something,
Scream, shit your pants.
they gave me a microphone and a card with a question on it, and when it was my turn to ask her a question, I was so nervous that I dropped the card, but I remember thinking to myself, "Don't mess it up, Ash." And I asked her the only question that could come to my mind. I said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And there was this ripple of laughter through the room. And she just kind of inclined her head and did that smile that she does, and she said, "When I grow up, I want to be the president of the United States of America." And I was like, okay. But in retrospect, that makes me really sad. I actually wrote her a letter about this after the election, but that was like the most famous person I've ever met. And after the fact, there was like this little party and stuff. And I'll never forget this. I'll never forget, she was wearing like the most like blindingly blue sort of pantsuit thing I had ever seen in my life. And she was standing there surrounded by children. And for some reason, she was holding in her bare hand just a cluster of like graham cracker cookies. And whenever a kid would come up to her, she would just hand them one. And I remember...
Kids love those graham cracker cookies.
I remember thinking...
Hey, kitty.
Yeah, I remember thinking to myself, that's kind of unsanitary. But
don't accept unpackaged snacks at Halloween, kids.
Not even if it's Hillary Rodham Clinton handing it to you.
Oh my gosh.
But she was really nice to me, and I appreciate that. I dropped my stupid card.
Oh. Wow.
And then later when I got home, my parents were like, "So, honey, how did it go?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was fine." And I think, my dad probably had some choice words to say about Hillary Clinton, but oh well. Matt is talking about when he met us at Katsucon, and it was really great meeting you, Matt.
It was nice hanging out.
It was so great. He says that I was really talkative at the meetup. Oh, yeah.
You were.
Like, if you get me away from the table and, like, give me 2 seconds, I'm just gonna never shut up.
You pulled out your polished professional conversation skills. You're very friendly, Ash.
How could I forget? I sat in a bathroom stall adjacent to Kofi Annan.
Oh, yeah, I remember this story.
I was with my mom at this concert they had held like in the General Assembly room, and and afterwards I had to rush to the bathroom, and then when I came out, there's this guy in sunglasses just standing next to the sink, not doing anything. Like,
well, that's creepy. Unzips pants.
I guess I know some people just like
to listen,
hang out.
Oh boy.
He's got sunglasses, so he's obviously cool.
Yeah, and apparently my mom had seen the Secretary General walking after me, and yeah, they were surprised that it wasn't empty.
Her finger here looks very thin. Do you want to maybe... it doesn't look bad, but...
Aw, Laura says, true talk though, but when Ash added me on Skype, I stared at my messages for a long time before sending them. Aww. When I started talking to you, Laura, I was trying to like gauge how much of myself I could be. And I was like, okay, just don't scare her away. Just calm down. It's okay. She doesn't have to know how creepy you are.
How
Like,
polished do I have to be? How much professionalism?
When is it safe to tell her about the rats?
Laura, I'm glad you like rats.
Yeah. I really think you should make that shirt that says Michaela Dietz hates my rats.
I really want to. I want a screen print a shirt with it.
I think you
Let's
should.
get a screen.
You should have Olivia do like her beautiful hand lettering.
Yeah, and then I can blow it up and make it into a screen print.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really good, actually. Draw a little rat underneath. Some flowery little ratties. That would be really cute.
oh, Seffi, that's unfortunate.
What?
She said, rats are neat, but I also wish I didn't keep running into them outside my place. Yeah, like, rats are really only great when you choose when they occupy the same space as you.
Yeah. Tell them about the rat we saw in Maryland.
Oh my god, we saw this rat that was, we all thought that it was like a cat or something first because it was so big.
We drove from North Carolina up to Maryland for Katsucon, and it was like really late at night. It was like 1 a.m. or something, and we had like just gotten there, and we were pulling into a gas station near a hotel because we were just checking directions and stuff. I don't know, but we were turning around in this gas station, and then Ellen was like, "Is that a chihuahua? No, look, it's a rat! It's a rat!" And there was this huge rat just bounding along the gas station parking lot. It was very, very big. It looks like a baby chihuahua. I want my rats to get that big.
Matt wants to know if we saw the fanfic he sent us. I have seen it, but I have not had a chance to read it yet.
Yeah, we've been really busy, but we do plan to read it. I also saw it in the tag, but I didn't want to just skim it.
He submitted it to us, actually.
Uh-huh.
So I don't think you saw it in the tag. But yeah, I have definitely seen it, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited about getting to read it, but we have been busy doing some things for you. Very tight schedule. Don't worry, we'll get to it soon. I'm very excited. I love reading other people's fanfics. Matt, if you want to put it in the tag, that would be great. That way other people can enjoy it. And I can reblog it, so more people will see it. And I can also leave my thoughts on it.
Your writing career will take off.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good trick to do the whip.
Mm-hmm. I know all the shortcuts. I hate drawing
You're so
like
professional.
so efficient. I hate drawing like these kind of whip-like shapes. So ever since I learned this trick, it's like all I ever do. Oh wait,
You
it should have
have it
gone.
go-
Yeah, I just realized I was like,
You can just move that line up a bit.
I'll just go like this.
That works too.
Yep. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, this is fun. I'm really happy that we get to see you all tonight. Especially considering that we missed the live draw yesterday.
Yeah.
Oopsie daisy.
Sorry about that, guys.
I am so sorry. I'll take the blame for that one because I'm the one who went and scheduled the damn thing. And then who proceeded to sleep throughout the entire evening? That would also be the one, the only, the not so incredible, the not so indelible.
The sleepy.
The drowsy. The dumbass.
No.
This one, Ash Barnes. I slept through it.
I think tonight's will make up for it, though.
Yeah.
Can you send her a thank you back?
No, I don't want to type as you.
You can.
Just later,
You can
baby.
do it later. Yeah, she'll know.
Is anybody hungry?
Yes.
I'm kind of hungry now.
I could go get us something if you want.
Want to get us some sushi?
I don't think they're open.
Oh, yeah, they're open.
It's 10.
Well, they might not be either. I think they're only open till 10.
Yeah, we could get some of those burritos.
What burritos?
Uh,
Oh, from Cosmic?
yeah, those are good. You don't like?
Greasy.
They're
But that's
not-
okay.
They're not always greasy. It would be close to walk to, so you wouldn't have to be gone for very long. Alternatively, I could finish this line art and we could go all together, and then I could
Resume in a little bit.
maybe, yeah.
Mhm.
How many
Okay.
people are in the chat right now?
Several, 26.
Or maybe I could just color this, like if we're not all, but I'm just worried, when do they close that?
Well, Cosmic is open until like 4 a.m. So
Yeah.
let's see sushi. I'm pretty sure they're closed though. Like I think David's right.
Is Walgreens open?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to stop by.
Yeah, they're closed. Oh, apparently Jamie set up a Discord server for Sister Claire fans. I have no idea what that is.
Same, like I think I remember you mentioning that, and that's really cool. I don't know what Discord is. I vaguely remember that it's like for gamers to chat in or something. I've never used it. I don't know how it works, but thank you. I'm sure some people will really be into that.
Yeah, I just have no clue what it is, so forgive my ignorance. I'm sure it is awesome.
She does have 3 tails on the end of it, right? There's not more than 3.
I'm pretty sure it's 3.
Oh yeah, it's 3. Okay. Oh wait, are they different shapes? I'm gonna be mad if I drew it all wrong. No, they all have that shape. Okay. Oh, it's got spikes on it too. Shit. Just a couple little sparks. Oh, it says tip changes with each.
I think you're fine, to be honest.
Oh, she can just have like different forms of her whip, okay.
Aw, Matt has explained it. He says it's a chat place that anyone can go to, not just for gamers, and we're trying to set up a Sister Claire fanbase specific server that we have called The Flock.
That's so cool.
That's really great.
Cute. Thanks for doing that, Matt.
Mhm.
Thank you. Well, I think, was it Jamie who did? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I think they're both working on
All of those who are responsible, thank you so much.
it.
We are very, very grateful. Any expansion, like socially, for the Sister Claire fan base is always appreciated.
Yeah.
Make some WhatsApp groups, guys.
Keep updating that TV tropes page.
That's looking really good, Elena.
Thanks. I'm trying to
I like the
give her a
cheeky
little
smile.
more
Yeah.
attitude. How's that look? What do you think?
Very good.
We do. Rogue Reptile or Rogue
Reptile.
Reptile asked if we listen to any podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's one in
Yes, you
particular
should.
I've been listening to a lot. I've been listening to Adventure Zone quite a bit. It helps me get through pages quickly. Keeps me from checking Tumblr and everything in between.
We've also been playing Dungeons and Dragons with a group, so it's been fun to listen and play a similar game.
Well, now we're also actually playing Dungeons and Dragons too. We're not playing Pathfinder anymore.
And since I'm the Star Wars guy, I feel obligated to mention the Dice for Brains podcast. It's not as comedy focused, I think, as the Adventure Zone, but it's very well narrated and acted, and also the editing is top notch, which is very important. I before comparing it, I think to some others, I've learned how important the editing is. But,
When is Luna Bars going to sponsor you?
Yeah, when are they going to sponsor me? Luna Bars, they really clean you out.
Tell the Walmart story, Elena.
Oh my god.
Oh
Should I really
boy.
tell the Walmart
Yes.
story?
Yes,
Oh,
you should.
boy.
I was sobbing with laughter this morning. Okay, do all the impressions. You've got to.
Okay, so we should make a note of how long I've been recording so I can warn people in the comments of this video, for the story, just go to this time. But, so I was at Walmart with Sarah the other day, and while we were at Walmart, I realized, oh no, I really have to go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah.
And I hate going to the bathroom at Walmart because things like this always happen. Nobody goes to the bathroom at Walmart because it's pleasant. People go to the bathroom at Walmart because they literally they are so violently ill, they cannot wait until they get home. It has to be right now. And so the bathrooms at Walmart are always filled with really violently ill people who are just, making a mess. And anyway, I went into the stall, and at first I was alone, and I thought I was alone. And then the lady in the stall next to me just started making these sounds like she was listening to a very moving sermon, and she was just closing her eyes and holding up her hand and going, and I was like, oh my god, please, no. And she just kept going, and she didn't care who was there to listen. And then another lady, I heard these pattering, running footsteps. And this lady slammed the door so I was now sandwiched between these two women. And the lady next to me, she starts to just violently, loudly fart and have diarrhea. And she was, not only was she having really violent, diarrhea, but she was whispering apologies as she did so. So it was I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. as this was happening, I was texting Ash, and I was like regaling Ash with what was happening to me, and I was like, Ash, I'm in hell. Like, I can't leave. Help me. I have to be airlifted out of here.
Oh, God.
Welcome to the world.
I was like crying. I'm crying right now. Only Elena ends up in these situations, and I could just imagine Sarah outside, like tapping her foot, waiting for Elena. Like,
I was also imagining this, and I was like, "Don't come looking for me. Like,
Yeah, no.
it'll get you too."
Elena was in there a long time, and she was like, "Oh, just wait in this one place," and I was like, waiting there a long time, and then I was like, I might as well go ahead and check out, and then I checked out, and I was still waiting for minutes, and I was like,
I remember
she's
you.
okay in
You
there.
texted me
you.
like, "Doing all right in there?" And I was like, "No." I sent her a screen cap of the text I'd been sending Ash.
God.
I'm glad you made it out okay.
Barely survived.
The thing that strikes me as really funny isn't the sermonizing woman. It's the woman who was apologizing.
I know.
It's like, honey, it's okay.
It's really fun. Like, I'm making fun of her now, but like, who hasn't been there? Like, you can. It's okay. Like that, you're in the right place for this.
You're okay. It's all right.
It may not be the place you want to be right now. Like, you probably would like to be in the privacy of your own home, but you're not. You're stuck in hell with us. So like.
We're all sailing that ship together.
Ricky said Elena's always in the room where it happens. I don't want to be in the room where it happens.
You do seem to be like a magnet for shit stories. I have
am.
one or two good ones, but
Oh, God.
man,
That's so
really.
funny.
You have a whole Rolodex.
Well,
And the beauty of it is, as soon as she told me this, I was like, you've got to tell that story during the live stream. You've got to. Oh, my God. Oh.
Lord.
I'm fine.
Lord, dry up this river of diarrhea before me.
Anyway.
Lord, be the bathroom stalls good.
On that note, does anyone have any questions? I don't think I've asked for questions yet tonight, so. Does
Now
anyone...
they don't want to ask anymore. Like,
oh,
What else do you need to know about that?
I'm not talking about the Walmart bathroom incident. I'm talking just in general.
do you have any questions, like, about how bad it smelled, or...
Oh, Rokeruptal asks, have you guys been to Vegas?
I have been to... I want to say yes, but, like, not in, like, a casino or anything. I know I've been to Nevada, however you say it. Oh, shit, what happened there? Phantom Amethyst appears. Oh, shit, what? I'm having the wrong color. But the only memory I have of Nevada is staying in this, like, crappy hotel with my family. It wasn't crappy, but it was just like a motel. And I remember at the time I was really invested in Pokemon, like the first games that had come out. And I was playing it and I could not beat the Elite Four. And I was outraged because I had like stupidly saved right before the game and all my Pokemon were like mostly dead. And then there was, surprise, one last challenger to fight and I could not, but I was stubbornly trying to beat him anyway with my mostly dead Pokemon. And there, I remember we were sitting at the pool, and for some reason I was like playing Game Boy at the pool, which is really not advised. And this little boy who was also there was like, "Oh, you're playing Pokemon? All right, I beat it." And I was like, "La-la-dee-da, go suck a dick."
God, Elena.
Like, he was like, "Oh, I could beat the Elite Four for you if you want." And I was like, really? Because I've been trying to beat them for like a week and a half, and I'm like this close to just throwing my Game Boy in the pool. So, okay, fine. You want to beat them for me? Go ahead. Be my guest. And I let the kid borrow my Game Boy for the evening. And when he gave it back to me, he had not only lost to the Elite Four, but he had saved afterward, and I was like missing most of my money, and like he had messed with my game a lot, and I was like, but I didn't find this out until we were in the car, like on the way out from the hotel. I was so furious. And that's my main memory of like Las Vegas and Nevada. So.
You forgot her arm.
Yeah, I know. So in a way, I did kind of gamble, but not in the traditional way.
I have never been to Vegas. Yeah, I've never been, and I don't have much of a desire to go. I'm not really into the whole like gambling and overpriced shows vibe. Laura made this comment. She said, "I would like to point out yesterday I made Ash laugh cry talking about pudding."
Oh my gosh.
Yes, she did. I cried again today when I was telling the rest of my family about it.
I was trying to quote that when I said, "Lord, be the bathroom stalls good."
Like,
Tell
let
the
me.
story, Ash.
I'm scrolling up to find it.
Were you gonna draw her gym at all?
That's a good point. Maybe I should draw her gem.
You could even just draw like
It would just
in
be
that
like the
picture, a
barest
little
top poking out,
semicircle.
but yeah. Mhm.
Okay. So last night at like 3 a.m. her time, Laura was telling me about this pudding that she had made for her mom's birthday. And she was hoping that it was going to come out okay. And she said, "Please, Lord, be the pudding tasty." And please, Lord, be the pudding tasty. I was sobbing. I thought this was so funny because I don't know that, like, because it was 3 a.m. and she was tired and she had been laboring over this pudding, I don't know that she could realize what was wrong with the sentence, but to me it's perfect, okay? But I was just losing my shit over it and was just sobbing. Oh my gosh. Please, Lord, be the pudding tasty.
Please, Lord.
Please, Lord, be the bathroom stalls clean.
Yeah.
Cephalopod Queen says it should be decorative wall art over a kitchen doorway. I agree. Please, Lord, be the pudding tasty.
You know how people have those like little prayers in their homes, like keep my home clean or whatever. Please, Lord, be the pudding tasty.
Bless this mess.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like something my mom would have up in her house.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
Matt says,
That would be such a perfect gift for your mom because she likes to bake and make things. You could give her a little placard that's fancily lettered with, "Please, Lord, let the pudding be tasty."
my mom is really difficult to shop for, and I have discovered that if I give her like something decorative that she doesn't actually like, she just sequesters it to some like part of the house that no one ever sees. She put this, I shouldn't have given it to her. You know how you can make art out of like melting crayons with a hairdryer? Yeah, well, okay, so I made one of those, and I was really proud of it because I thought it looked like a night sky with fireflies in it or something, and I worked really hard on it, okay? I melted those crayons for hours, and I was so happy, and I thought, now who would really appreciate this work of art? And I thought, not my wife, the famous artist, I can't give it to her. So I thought, who has lower standards than my famous artist wife? Oh, I know, my mother. So
Moms love their children's art always.
yeah, like, you know, she would love it if it was sculpted out of dog poop. It would be great. So I gave it to her, and she, you know, tried to act thrilled with it. And then she hung it over the garbage can in the kitchen behind the door. And I was like, Mom, no one's ever going to see it. And then when she had her house remodeled, she shoved it, like, behind some bed or something, and I found it when I was helping her move stuff the other day, and I just kind of looked at it forlornly. Oh. Matt says, can you guys do a little impressions competition for us? Who can do the best Gollum, Pee Wee Herman, and Amethyst?
I know who's gonna win this already. Little Miss wants to be a voice actress someday.
Yeah, this won't be a competition.
Let's just have Elena do them. Or you can do some other impressions that you're good
Gollum
at.
might hurt my voice right now. I'm trying to recover my voice, so I'm gonna nix that one. I'm trying to remember, what does Pee Wee Herman sound like?
I know you are, but what am I?
Do your Cher and Shakira impressions.
Because of the chum, I'm worried that my singing is not going to be up to my standard right now.
I see.
What am I supposed to do? Sit around and wait for you? Well, I can't do that. There's no turning back. I'm so sad that you're leaving. It takes time to believe in. But after all we said and done, you're gonna be the lonely one. No, do you believe in life after love? I need more tea if I'm gonna sing anymore. No matter how hard I try, you keep pushing me aside and I can't break through. There's no talking to you. I remember one that you really enjoyed was the Britney one when we were driving
Oh
back.
my god, Sarah! I thought you were going to actually expire. So.
I really.
Were you
Britney
awake
was
for
my
that?
my childhood.
I thought you were
celebrity
sleeping in the
crush.
car when I did that one.
No, I was awake.
We were driving back from the beach and Sarah was driving. I thought you were asleep. Oh, I'm glad you caught that one.
No, I caught her.
But yeah, I put on some Britney music because I remember Sarah liked Britney. And then while it was playing, I just started,
Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right now? Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because
I'll stop. But that was right after I did my share one, and Sarah was like, oh my God, stop, but don't stop. Is there enough space for her to write something on this? I think there is.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
she might have to write it over Amethyst foot, but
A little bit, but yeah, it's good.
isn't Amethyst's shirt supposed to be white now? Is this current Amethyst?
Which, like,
This is her most recent, but I think personally I like this outfit you've drawn better, and
it's more
I
purple.
think whichever one you want to draw on, or you can ask the professional.
Yeah, I'll ask her which one she
It wouldn't
prefers.
be that hard for you to change the colors and
Nah.
move the straps a bit.
And make things more raggedy looking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, listen how gravelly my voice sounds now that I did some singing.
Do you need some more tea?
Yes, please.
You have a little bit left.
I need a hot tea to
Yeah, put the water on.
clear out the chum.
Matt, I don't think any of us can do a particularly good Gollum impression, but something that used to really that used to amuse one of my college friends. We were watching, I don't remember which movie. Is it The Two Towers? It's the one where the orcs are carrying the hobbits across the land, and at one point they drop the hobbits because they've reached their destination for the evening, and some of them want to eat the hobbits. And one of the orcs or goblins or whatever goes, "Why can't we have some meat?" And the other one goes, "Yeah!" And this really and then another one goes, "We have had nothing but maggoty bread for 3 stinking days." And for some reason, I was watching it at 4 a.m. with my friend, and she and I would quote this incessantly back at each other for no reason for years. And sometimes, even now, occasionally on WhatsApp, I'll get this really crappy audio recording of her going, "Why can't we have some meat?" And I have to send her back, "Yeah!" And it's so, it doesn't make any sense, okay? This is what it's like to be friends with me, okay?
The original polish and professionalism eventually wears down.
Yeah.
This is the true rash.
Oh my god.
Rash.
Oh my god. Proxy just said, "They're fresh." Yeah. What about them? They're fresh. What about their legs?
seasonal hobbits. Hello.
You should tell Laura that I sent or tell the chat what I sent Laura that time. I know.
What about their legs? They don't need those. I have that whole exchange memorized.
I wonder how many people actually get the Herald thing. I need a star shape in the background.
Or you can do a few of those diamonds that they put in the hemisphere.
I think the star would be good. I want just like one solid shape.
Okay. Do you want the same tea as last time?
Do they have a green tea?
Yeah.
Can I have some green tea,
Do you
please?
want sugar?
Yes, please.
How many?
Two.
Quando zucchero?
Huh?
Quanti zucchero?
Un sacchetto di zucchero, per favore. Sarah's been learning Italian with Duolingo.
Tonight, sponsoring us.
Yeah. And now for a commercial break. But seriously, Duolingo's awesome.
It is a really good thing.
So sorry about that.
Chum.
Chum, chum. A toast for the home. Da, 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 palace in Rome. Do you remember what that's from?
No.
Oh, give me that glass. That glass is all foam. Scumps, scumps, scumps.
Everyone is lost.
I'm just staring at Elena like, what the hell are you
It's
talking
from Sleeping Beauty,
Oh.
my favorite Disney movie.
You gotta understand,
Come on,
Elena, like, I have seen that movie while not deaf one time.
Oh, okay. We
Every
need to watch it again.
Oh,
It's the best Disney movie.
it's not my favorite one.
It is the best. It has like
It's
the
your
most girls in it. It has Maleficent in it. Like there's barely any male characters of any importance at all. The main characters are the fairies. It's basically like Sister Claire is a Disney movie.
Excuse me, y'all. Sorry about that. Matt says, what other famous people do you know read Sister Claire?
Well, Ivy and Surashu, who do the music of Steven Universe, read Sister Claire. I was really flattered. I remember I tweeted something at them, and then I realized they followed me, and I was like, oh wow, I can't believe you guys follow me. And they're like, yeah, we love Sister Claire, and I like shut my pants. I don't know how many, like, I have some other friends that are like YouTube celebrities and things, but I don't know how many of them actually read Sister Claire. Like, we're just kind of like friends, or even just, I would say, acquaintances who mutually follow, but we don't really talk very often. And I think most of them have at least read a little bit of Sister Claire, but I don't know if very many of them are like really diehard fans. Although I have this really lofty goal, this dream of one day having some kind of soundtrack for Sister Claire, or like, this Kickstarter may be a little bit too soon of a deadline, but Ivy and Surashu have said they were interested in doing music for Claire for something if I ever need it. So
That'd be incredible.
that would be
Yeah.
so
They're very
cool.
talented.
Mm-hmm. I think this is mostly done. Maybe I'll do like one last color over it.
Are you going to shade it at all?
I was debating whether or not to.
It's your style, man. That actually looks really good how it is.
Just like that.
That I don't really like it. The overlay.
I like that it made the line art colored.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of your Pearl and Rose print.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of colors.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for.
I think it is nice to have something to unify.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should at least give her some eye shine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's just not in the original style.
Well, it is when there's like an emotion conveyed.
It makes her look so goo-goo-eyed, though.
Yeah.
It really looks a bit silly. I
Uh-huh.
worry.
I think it's good like this.
Yeah, I think so too.
Don't forget to sign things.
I'll put it in really teeny tiny writing at the bottom because I really don't want to overshadow, her signature and everything.
Is it okay that the star points are going off the print?
Yeah, that's kind of the point. Like, I didn't want it to be all perfectly in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make this even smaller eventually. What kind of pixel fonts do I have? I know I have some very tiny little fonts. I have my own font made from my handwriting.
Those are nice looking.
Mm-hmm. Is it very legible? I don't know if that's the best font to use. It's based on my handwriting, though.
I think art by Yongno is clear. I think
SisterClaire.com,
is hard
not
to
so
read.
much.
Yeah,
Arista is a nice font.
it is a good one, and I think it looks very Steven Universe.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one too.
Maybe just regular Arista is good.
Kalandra said, I feel like art should be capitalized.
Aw. Maybe I'll make it white. How does that stand out? Not at all. But I mean, I can give it a little bit of a... Yeah.
Oh, Space Budgie had an interesting idea. Maybe give her a star-shaped shine in her eye?
Yeah, I had thought about that too. I'll try it. I just really don't want to make it seem a bit too goofy looking or too off model. Oh wow, I did a really ugly star here.
Matt says, are you guys planning on going to any conventions soon? We had a convention planned for mid-July, but something else came up. So I don't think we're going to that one, or at the very least, if anyone's going, I will not be there. But maybe Elena still will. I think we're still sorting that out.
That's nice, actually.
Yeah, that is nice. I
I
like
think I'll
that.
keep that.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting itchy to do more shading.
Details and shading.
Let's
of
try.
course.
We may be going to FlameCon. That's also still up in the air. Hiveworks asked if any of us were interested in going, And Elena and I
hopped on that shit.
Yeah, we put our hats into the ring. So we'll see if that pans out. We still haven't heard, like, for sure. Aside from that, we haven't really devoted ourselves much to the convention circuit this year, simply because we don't have a ton of stuff to take. We don't have any books. That will hopefully change. We're going to do a Kickstarter within the next couple months. And depending upon the response to the Kickstarter, maybe we'll end up with some more books. And if we do, then we will certainly do more conventions. But until then, it's not, like, meeting people is the biggest draw for us for conventions, but unless we get some help to go, we don't usually make it a priority.
Oh my god.
Good question, though.
This is going like way super off model, but it's just to test it out.
It's also your art.
Yeah.
A lot of times your style, and you can talk to Michaela about it. I'm sure she'd be-
I can send her
Ooh.
multiple versions. Oh, there's a crack here, that's why. I think it kind of looks better that way. Just a little more pizzazz.
It just makes me think of Gem and the Holograms.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
I like it though.
Jim, she's truly outrageous, truly, truly, truly outrageous. Get it? Because she's a gem. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh
Oh my god. I just got the joke. Oh, dang-a-dang.
Ooh, right. That was the Beach Boys.
But, y'all, on the subject of cons, if you want to see us at your local con, you should tell the con to invite us.
Mm-hmm.
Really, if we get even the slightest bit of help, we're a lot more likely to show. But we usually only hit cons within driving distance of North Carolina, simply because, you know, it's not a super high priority for us to go, and it's expensive to fly places, drive places. You have to think, okay, if you're flying, that's probably at least $200 a person right there. So then immediately, without paying for a table or anything, that's out $400. And, you know, that's a lot of money. Matt says, when Sister Claire becomes an animated series, would you ask Michaela to voice a character? And if so, who?
Huh. Gabby.
Oh my god.
For sure, Gabby. Not even a
Especially
question.
Silky Gabby.
I mean,
Silky Gabby.
I've done a drawing of Amethyst and Gabby. I think, yeah, it's right here. And I think I sent it to her because I was saying, like, they would be buds. It's them hanging out on Amethyst Tower of Trash.
Yes.
But yeah, I could see that. Why is this not selecting the right color?
Space Budgie said Rosie. I don't know. I imagine Rosie to have a much silkier voice.
I think if I was going to voice anyone, it would be Rosie. It wouldn't be my natural voice either. And I sound gravelly now, so it's not an ideal time. But I can be like a Valley girl. I could do Marie. I could do Rosie. I can be bitchy. I can be sweet. I could do either.
I wonder if I would voice anybody. Probably not.
Huh. We need to quickly make another character that talks with a southern accent.
There's only one right now, and I wouldn't dream of voicing her.
Yeah, not Jackson.
No.
No, obviously Janelle Monáe is going to be hard to voice her.
Aw. Matt said, Ash could do my mole. No, I'd want to get someone who is actually trans to do
We're gonna get Madame Hassini to fly over here. Voice my mole.
Would she be flattered or?
She wouldn't know what was happening. Like, the whole time I would be holding up signs saying, say this, and she'd go, what are you doing? Why do I have to read this? I'd be like, I'll give you a lot of money. Okay. Okay, I will read.
no, but
Davy,
think of all the lines she
who
had
is
to
that man?
read. Who's that man?
Who's that man?
That was so funny. Oh my god.
She was my teacher too.
No, we're making fun of Michaela Dietz.
But I don't really think there's any character in the comic I could voice, unfortunately. Maybe a random bird witch or something.
We'll have to make one. What if you were Dove?
No, Dove doesn't sound like me.
How do you know? We haven't given her a voice yet. She's barely been in like 2 panels.
I don't envision her sounding like me. More people are saying, Ash's mamo. Oh my god, Sephi. Sephi said Ash gets to voice Tit. The bird witch Tit. Yes! I claim the character Tit. That is mine.
What's the tit voice?
I don't know.
Just Ash's voice.
Just me.
Ooh, I like that outline. Of
I did
eyeshadow.
not do that on purpose.
I like it though.
I don't like
Oh, I'm sorry.
it. This is a problem.
My bad.
Matt says, what about Sarah or David? Would they voice anyone? Let's see.
What?
I'm trying to think if Sarah sounds like anybody.
Generic little girl. I can be all your side characters.
You can be the young twins, like if we ever show them.
And I can interject now and then with my leg.
David's not angry enough to be Lupo.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe David could be, I don't want to say it because it's a character that hasn't been revealed yet. Maybe David could be Cog. I don't know. I don't imagine David's voice for Cog.
No, Cog, no. Well,
I imagine that Cog has this really soft kind of voice, like he's always sort of talking like this, and he doesn't quite.
like Sun.
Sort of like Chan, not
Chan.
quite like Chan. My friend Chan, he said everything like a question, and I don't imagine Cog doing that. I don't imagine him always asking a question with every sentence that he says, like Chan did. But I do imagine him having kind of a softer tone.
Oh, Riggy said Jasper's voice actress for Olga?
Yeah.
Oh, I could see
I
that.
could see that.
That would be, oh man, that's hot. Oh, hang on, I'm suddenly,
Ash blushes.
Oh,
Her
man.
glasses steam.
Oh my god.
I'm suddenly distracted.
Take a breather, Ash.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm done with this one. And I think that kind of wraps up the live draw, since this is pretty finito.
That looks really good on.
Thank you.
I like it.
I'll save 2 versions, one with like the extra embellishing and one without, and see what she thinks.
Riggy says, who would voice Oscar? I don't know. There has only been one time I heard a voice that I thought like deep in my heart and marrow that was Oscar. And do you know when I heard it? Okay, so a little bit of backstory. So I went to visit my friend Ryan in DC. And when I visit him, he lives in a studio apartment. So, you know, when we sleep at night, we're in the same room, and he plays music while he sleeps. I usually don't like this, but his music taste happens to run pretty, like, parallel to mine, so it's like, usually it's okay, and he keeps it quiet enough that it doesn't bug me. So, rewind to a few weeks ago when I was chilling in Ryan's apartment, and he had fallen asleep, and I was talking to Laura and Elena and listening to Ryan's music. And then I said goodnight, and I was trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden, this woman starts singing in French. And she had a voice that I, like, sat up on the bed, just staring into the darkness of Ryan's tiny apartment listening to this, because she sounded like Oscar. Like how I have always imagined Oscar's voice. It was perfect. and I had no way to know who it was because it was on Ryan's, like, you know, I don't know what it's called, but it's that thing that you press on Spotify that, like,
generates new soundtracks.
yeah, and I couldn't get over to his computer without, like, stepping on him, which, no thanks. And so I have no idea, and he couldn't check it the next day, which was devastating. So I have no idea who that was.
If he couldn't check it, that just means he didn't know how, because there is a way to look at your history.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he didn't know how.
On that note, I think that we should say good night.
All right.
Is that all right?
Well, let's make sure.
Because I would like to post this on YouTube and all. And
Okay, yeah. So, in lieu of taking any more questions, we will just say good night.
don't worry, we are going to have 2 more live draws like this because Michaela Dietz actually wanted 3 different drawings to sign. So there will be a couple more Amethyst live draws to be announced, but they will definitely be soon. So please keep your eyes peeled, and we'll be posting about it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And she will be signal boosting it too if you follow her. So
yeah.
Good night. Good night.